How y'all doing? Welcome to Shoot. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm your host, Derek Lockhart. I just got one thing to say. Patrick! Patrick! Let everybody hold something, please. Hey, I know you just got paid. You always been a Chiefs fan. Always! No, I'm capping. Welcome to the show, y'all. I'm your host, Derek Lockhart. Welcome to Shoot. Let that thing fly. Okay, let's get straight into it. We're going to talk about the big dog on the yard today. We're going to talk about the man who just got the richest contract in pro sports history, Mr. Patrick Mahomes. I believe it is well deserved. I believe it, I wouldn't say it's long overdue, but we all knew this was coming. This was long awaited. Let me say that. It's long awaited. Everybody knew this was coming at some point in time. Dak Prescott wished he was going to get this money, but yeah, everybody can't be Patrick Mahomes anyway. So, yeah, let's jump right into it. Again, like, comment, subscribe, share. Tell your mama, tell your granny, tell your papa, tell everybody. Come holler at your boy. Patrick Mahomes signed a 10-year deal through 2031. When it was first reported by Ian Rappaport and Adam Schefter, they had said the contract was worth upwards of $400 million. I want to say every 10 minutes there's been an update. The contract is now worth $503 million total, $477 million in fully guaranteed money. So yeah, Patrick got a little change, little change. Yeah, he had 2 years left on his deal. He had he would have been making $2.6 million this upcoming season, and then on the franchise tag he'd have been making $25 million in his 5th year on his rookie contract that he signed. He has really taken off. Super Bowl MVP, Super Bowl championship, 50 touchdowns in your first season starting, NFL MVP. I mean, how could you blame Kansas City for wanting to pay the guy? Like, he's amazing. He's taking the NFL by storm. I believe he's the future of the NFL. Him and Lamar Jackson will be neck and neck. I feel like they will be competing for the AFC Championship for probably the next 10 years. Those guys are taking over. I feel like the leap of the black quarterback over the past, probably the past 5 years have taken off with guys like Dak Prescott, Deshaun Watson, Lamar Jackson, Patrick Mahomes. Those guys have been taking off, man. I feel like those guys are doing things, you haven't seen in a while and maybe you haven't seen before. But back to the contract. Patrick Mahomes is getting $1.25 million in incentives, which would take that $477 million fully guaranteed to about $503. So he'll be getting $1.25 million, for making the AFC Championship. Another incentive is if he wins the NFL MVP award, that's another incentive. So his incentives altogether will make upwards of $25 million altogether, which would jump it from $477 million to $503. That's the gap. So, Patrick, let your boy hold something. If you are gonna watch this, you're gonna see it. Let me hold a little something. It ain't gonna hurt you. Let me hold about 10, 20 million. Nothing too sparing. Just let me hold a little something. But I just want to say congratulations to that brother. That's a good thing. It's good to see. Hey man, J. Cole said it best. Love to see a black man get paid. Hey, I'm all for it. It's well deserved. Like I said, I figured this was coming. To say that this guy's making basically baseball money in the NFL is crazy, because now that he's gotten paid, cap is about to keep rising. Cap rises every year in the NFL, in sports period, but the market, like that is Patrick Mahomes is the level of excellence that you want to be at at the quarterback position. Like, he set the mark, he set the bar for so many guys now. So if you want to be making that money, you have to do stuff that he's been doing. And I feel like Patrick Mahomes is a once-in-a-generation talent. Like, this guy, when Kansas City drafted him, I said they should have been starting him from day one, but that was the fan in me, not the analyst. But now that I've grown and I've seen, like, okay, you watch certain teams grow these guys, how Harbaugh groomed Lamar Jackson. Like, how Russell Wilson didn't, he had to work for that. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody can't just come in day one and be the starter. Like, groom them. Like, I feel like Miami is going to groom Tua. Like, groom them. Let them come along slowly. Let them at least learn the game. Let them hit the playbook. Let them at least analyze from the sideline to see how the game is played. And I just feel like Kansas City letting Alex Smith continue to grow, and then him basically handing over the keys to Pat, and Pat just took off. Like I said, I felt like the kid was going to be great from day one. Didn't know he was this. I didn't know he was going to be this great, but I seen excellence in him at Tech. Watching his Tech tape at Texas Tech, watching his Texas Tech tape. That's a tongue twister, Texas Tech tape. But watching his tape at Tech, I thought he was great. I mean, he took shots. He reminded me of Rodgers. He had a lot of Aaron Rodgers in him, being able to make tight window throws and have a cannon for an arm. And the dude's a slinger. He's a gunslinger, man. Like, he has no fear. Patrick Mahomes has no fear. Like, I don't think people really understand. Like, this guy, they were down, 24-0 to Houston. I said, this game is not over. I watched the whole game in its entirety. I said, this game is not over. I said, all they have to do is get on and run. People, this man took his team on a 51-7 run. 51-7 in what is that? The game for the AFC Championship. 51-7. That is beyond wild to me. Like I said, all I said was all they have to do is get hot. You telling me they got hot and went on a 51-7 run against the Texans? Not to say the Texans were the greatest defense, or no, not to say that at all. But you're still in the NFL. I'm not saying they're scrubs or anything, but it's just like when I said all they had to do was get hot, I didn't think they were going to rip off 51. They scored 7 straight times. 7 straight, I think. Yeah, 7 straight times. Yeah, 7 straight times. That game was crazy, but and to come back from double-digit deficits in each playoff game and win the Super Bowl, and they scored 3 times in the fourth quarter against the 49ers. Hats off to him, man. Much deserved. Much respect to that guy. I just hope they'll be able to keep the core together, keep their team together, and be able to bring in interchangeable parts. I think they need to build up the defense because they have no weaknesses offensively. No weaknesses offensively. They're loaded. They're loaded. I feel like they have the best tight end in football in Travis Kelce. Shout out to my guy, Trey K, 87. That's what I call him, Trey K, 87. I feel like they're loaded offensively, though. But I feel like they can be stronger defensively. I feel like their defense clicked at the right time. Tyrann Mathieu was huge. Tyrann Mathieu was huge for their team. It was a huge signing. Huge signing. Man, Frank Clark, all those guys, man, they did their thing. They put it together at the right time. At the right time. Switching over to the NBA, our last topic of the day. I'm not going to be before you too much longer. Just wanted to give that brother his props and just share the excitement. The NBA is starting scrimmage games starting July 22nd. They'll be resuming through the July 28th, which will be about a week. It starts on Wednesday, ends on a Tuesday. There will be no less than 3 games played. Basically, warm-up games. It's basically like a preseason. I think teams won't play no more than probably like 3 or 4 games. This is like the warm-up before the warm-up. So, I'm not sure when teams will be reporting, solely reporting to the bubble. But they do have scrimmage games that'll be starting within, what is that? within the next 2 weeks. So we'll see how everybody looks. I feel like everybody's gonna be just a little bit rusty, you know, and that's normal because you haven't been playing for the past 4 months. So, you know, it'll be good to have basketball back. Baseball be coming back July 24th. Field of Dreams game. I know the Cardinals will be playing. My home team, shout out to the St. Louis Cardinals, will be playing in Field of Dreams game on August 13th. So yeah, be looking forward to that too. Like, comment, subscribe, share. This is Shoot to Shoot. I'm your host, Derek Lockhart. You all have a blessed one.